Family and friends, welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faint. Where we encourage us to live our lives and live it well through the knowledge of factual truth because it's our lives. And personally, I encourage you to enjoy your life wherever you are. Don't let anyone confuse you with their opinions, with their dreams, with their visions, with their revelations. That is the product of their own brain. You have your own brain to think for yourself. Don't let anyone think for you. You are not them, they are not you. They have their own experience, you have your own experience. When you submit yourself to their own experience, you become their slaves. And that's why they control you, telling you bullshit you don't need in your life at all. I'm sharing with us what I titled Man and God as I promised. And I got this, I decided to share this because a lady made a post. She posted it as a question. I know it was to provoke people to begin to think, how the Bible was written, how men began to control the whole world and, putting women under, and such system has made most women to accept whatever man has spoken or written about them, tagging them divine or supernatural, prove they are right and they're supposed to abide by it. No man is greater than you, no man is better than you. We all are in this together, in this world. This is our eternal home. We all were born to live, explore, and enjoy lives. There's no reason for any class. There's no reason for any hierarchies. There's no reason for all these rich and poor, um, small and big among us. It's supposed to be us. That's all that matters. We coming together to invent and live our life as it pleases us, not messing up your life to please some imaginary being that cannot help you in times of need. In other words, in reality, man and God. So the woman said, why is it man have three letters and God have three letters? Woman has five letters and Satan have five letters. You may say, no, it doesn't matter, it's just semantic, it's just words. No, it's not just words. And another thing, you don't know how they use words to cast spell on people. That's to control people. That's why what you're calling words, the laws of the land are words, right? Commandments, they are words. Who made up those laws and commandments or those rules? Men, not any God, not even nature. Nature has no law. Nature has no rules. Nature has no commandment. Nature exists just as you exist. Then whatever you make out of it, you either enjoy it or not. So why not make up the one that every one of us enjoys? Not one person enjoying, the other person is suffering. Not the other person is suffering, the other person is enjoying. No, we're supposed to be in it together. What happens to one happens to all, and what happens to all happens to one. That is natural way of living. Godly way of living is evil. Heavenly way of living is evil. Righteous way of living is evil. Holy way of living is evil. Spiritual way of living is evil. Let us focus on ourselves. I want you to know that men, evil men, created religion. They also invented wars in which they subjugated or through which they subjugated the women under men by force. Whether women or like it or not, they must be controlled either under their fathers or under their husbands. They are not supposed to be free. If they are free, they are witches. They must be killed. That's where the witch hunt came from. Wise women were tagged witches, and wise men wizard. When you talk about wise men and wise women, those who are living naturally, those who are living humanly, who submit not to any divine or divinity, to any god or taste or days. They don't bow to any ghost. They don't be scared of them. They don't worship them. They don't believe in them. Whether they are holy or unholy, they don't believe them and they don't care about them. It doesn't affect their life. Have you ever wondered why they always have father's house but not mother's house? I'm not speaking maybe all over the world because I already know that there's some people that don't practice marriage. I mean culture that don't practice marriage. I mean tribe that don't practice marriage. I mean people that don't practice marriage because marriage is slavery, it's evil. But through wars and religions or belief systems, spirituality and all that, they subjugated women under men. You see women talking about my husband's house. Why is there's no man talking about my wife's house? Woman, I brought you to this house. I can send you packing from my house, We're having that discussion yesterday at work. I was telling the men, I said, listen, if you're fucking around, your wife also supposed to be fucking around. He said, no, how can I marry her, put her in my house, and I can do whatever I want, not her. I said, because you're not supposed to marry her in the first place. Let her live her own life, just as you are living your own life. If a man can marry a woman, why can't a woman marry a man? After a man marry a woman, you will see a lousy woman saying that when I married my husband. No, you cannot marry your husband. Your husband married you. Stop deceiving yourself with certain words, thinking you can use it to keep confusing yourself and seeking for people to maybe accept your slavery as right thing or not evil. It is your husband's house. It is your father's house. It's never your mother's house. It's never your wife's house. It's there. Read all their books. They will tell you that, including that your pastor. He don't see you as a woman that's supposed to be on the same level with him. Even his wife. Don't worry about the public show they do. Oh, they take picture, all that. If they tell you what is going on in their room, you will know that sometimes they stay months or years without having sex, although they are living together. Sometimes that man is going for outside program because he's running away from the fire, burning him in the house. You think the Lord is sending him to east, west, north, and south. No, he's running away from the evil he has or he bought in his house. Because many of you don't know that, but growing up, I mentioned it in my last video. I know when Christians, what is the name of this bishop again? He was a young bishop that was assassinated in Lagos. Because they were accusing him of doing all this drug. When 419 was reigning, so he was one of the happening bishops in Ojo area, Ojo, Lagos. Sometimes the name will come and disappear again, but it's been a long time. He was a son to Idahosa, Bishop Idahosa. His wife's name is Nkechi. After he died, the wife take over the church. The church is a trade fair. I say Abule something, they call it opposite trade fair, the other side of it. But I never been there, but you see the signboard there along Badagry Expressway. But this man used to preach because I used to listen to his messages, including he always also talk about marriage. I think that's after he died, that's when Bimbo Dukoya then began to come out because he was the one championing such thing. So you see young men and women trooping there. That time there was no Christ Embassy yet. I think it was like in 1997 or 98. It was in the 90s, late 90s, because I moved to Lagos 1990, 1997, right? Either 97 or 98, that's when I moved to Lagos. So he used to say that marriage is necessary evil. And Christians believe different things about different things because They are not um, they don't know what they worship, so they are not themselves. This is how I see it. Just like when Christians will tell you that um, like they quote Second Peter, which I will try to share later. They say that Paul was praising Peter. He said that Peter, no, Peter was praising Paul. Yeah, Peter, because Peter, Second Peter, Peter was praising Paul, that Paul speaks certain things about whatever that is hard to understand. How can you say what somebody is saying is hard to understand in the name of God when you already believe that Jesus Christ also said that the Holy Spirit will teach you all things and bring them into remembrance, to your remembrance? So how can you say, what Paul was saying is hard to understand to some people who are in Christ? If all of you are following Jesus Christ, it doesn't matter your level of education. Jesus was an illiterate. Yet the educated people marveled at his wisdom. So when you meet through genuine Christians, like when I was a Christian, they will tell you you don't need education, you don't need all this thing. All you need is anointing. That's the Holy Spirit. He can teach you all things. But do you know why we believed it was working that time? No, we put the effort to learn. Then we say it is the Holy Spirit who is enable us to learn. No, it's just like when you go to school or learning about anything. Even if you don't have to go to school, you begin to learn about this bottle now. How do they make it? You begin to do your own research. It's not any Holy Spirit. It's your decision. It's your effort. But religion taught you to give credit to your effort and sources to imaginary beings and blame another imaginary being for your failure. So they see Christianity, see marriage, our Christians see marriage as what? Necessary evil. There's that joke they used to make in Igbo land. They said a man was having wedding. So the priest asked him, have you decided to reject devil and all his works? He said, you are wedding me with one. You are asking me, how can I reject devil and his work when I'm getting married? I'm telling you, our people used to believe that nonsense. And many of them still believe it today. That's why a woman cannot talk where they are. A woman says, shut up. A woman that spread her leg and bend herself to urinate, talking where I'm talking. And men have such evil things. It's not even men that annoys me. It's the women that support such evil against themselves. It's like supporting God against yourself. When you say God created you, you are insulting yourself. You are assaulting yourself. You hate yourself for imaginary being. How can you say that God created you when you know you are born, and you can born also to prove that if God created you, God can recreate you. God can create two of you too. Why is God limited only creating just you one? God can make you multiple. With God, all things are possible. So why can't God make 10 you? Which also why can't God give you a child without you having sex with the opposite sex? Because God cannot create, God cannot born. It is people ascribing those things to God. Even when I use their English word, say that God simply means something or someone that creates. He says something or someone that creates. That's their word, their English word. Human beings don't just create. We give birth. We born. God cannot give birth. That's why I always say that we are greater than God. I am above God. God cannot do what I can do. And tell me anything you say God can do, I can do it. But God cannot do what I can do because I am not God and I am above God. I will never submit myself to any God. So when you read their book, take time to read Numbers chapter 30 to see how they subjugated women to be under their husband or under their fathers. Whether married or married, they must be under man. But man is free. He said, any man that makes a vow, blah, 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 blah. He didn't say anything. He's the man, he has sole authority over himself. He has that sovereignty, he has that power. But woman, no, woman has no power. Even when I was a Christian, there's another line we used to preach. He said, if you look at the nature, men have power, authority. Women have influence. I used to preach that also. I was a pastor. That's why when you talk about, oh, you never a true Christian, I laugh. You are idiot. I've won more souls than you ever win. I don't know how many years you will stay in faith, but I've won more souls than you as a Christian, as a minister of the gospel. I've done morning cry. I've done all the tricks you are using to win souls. I've done all that. Hospital evangelism, everywhere, house to door to door evangelism. I've done all that. Street evangelism, crusade, seminar. Come on. I mean officiating, not just attending, officiating. Performing deliverance, performing healing, performing salvation, performing all the performance they made up. All those things are arranged. There's no God doing them. It is people trying, building or supporting their organization. So if you read that place, you will see that a woman was subjugated to be under men, married or not married. And when you read the last verse there, which is verse 16, Numbers chapter 30, verse 16, say, these are the rules, not natural thing, rules made up by men that the Lord gave Moses concerning vows made by an unmarried woman living in her father's house or by a married woman. It's either you are living in your father's house or you are married living in your husband's house. Such rules is not for unmarried man or married man living in his father's house or by a married man. No, the rules for women. You must submit, and they transfer it to New Testament in Ephesians chapter 5, right? Yes, he said that a woman must submit, or wives submit to your husband in everything as you are submitting to Christ. Christ supports slavery. There's no place Jesus condemns slavery. In fact, they say that you are slaves of God and slaves of Christ. I think in Romans and the Galatians. You are slave. You are never free. They tell you God set you free, set you free from sin. Now you are a slave to righteousness. You are not free. You cannot say you believe in God or you worship God and you are free. Just see how you struggle to pray, how you struggle to go attend religious activities. Those things are bondage. When you're supposed to be having sweet sleep with sweet dreams, you are getting you see. That's why some of them are having ulcer or some of them collapse. Certain things happening to them that their God cannot do. They have to rush them to hospital for man to help them. In marriage, a wife is necessary evil. In marriage, in every marriage, it doesn't matter how you try to define it or redefine it or put it, whether you are enjoying it or not. Some people enjoy slavery, some people don't. White people enjoy slavery, black people don't. Even those black people, you say after they bought their own freedom, they also joined the slave master to enslave their fellow black people. They are also not enjoying it because when certain things happen, white people will put him in the same level with his brethren, though he claimed to be their master. Why do you see most men will argue that marriage is not slavery? It's not, because it benefits men more than women. The only thing women benefit in marriage is food and clothing. That's the man providing for them. And they make them to accept slavery as true because he's providing for you. Why not? You're not the one providing for him. So why did you force the woman not to provide for herself? You started it in her father's house. In Igbo land where I came from, you see that in those days they used to send the women to school, not the men. They send the women, the men to land trade, do some business, begin to make money because it is their duty to marry a woman, providing for her to produce children for him. A married woman does not own her children, not even share the children with the husband. The children with the woman belong to the husband. You have heard them say that the moment you pay price over a woman, Whatever child she has belongs to you. That's why if you divorce her, the family must return whatever you paid to signify she is free to marry or remarry. It's a necessary evil. Unnecessary evil is defined as an evil that someone believes must be done or accept because it is necessary to achieve a better outcome, especially because possible alternative causes of action or inaction are expected to be worse. That's what we hear them say. Oh, it's better to marry because of the better outcome. I married so I can have children. That's why I want to marry. First, you don't need to marry. You don't need marriage to have children. Okay, so who owns children? You're not supposed to own anybody, regardless their age. You are not supposed to be a slave master. When you say you own a woman or you own your children or a child, you are saying you support slavery and you are a slave master. A better outcome. The better outcome, why? Oh, marriage is a necessary evil. You still have to do it because, you have the woman will satisfy you sexually and produce children for you. How about the woman? It is these days women begin to find satisfaction even in relationship before. They don't, all they know is missionary work. They lay on their back, the man fuck them, get them pregnant, that's it. They're going through a lot. The man don't really care. All the man know that you are breathing, right? You okay? Okay, you are sick. Go to that place. Women were subjugated that they are there to satisfy men. So they are like the sex object to men and not men sex object to women. Both man and woman, we are both sex object to one another. It's not a bad thing. That's what we are born to do. That's why we are born with penis and the vagina. They were not born for you to get married. They were born for you to have sex, satisfy one another. And many ways you can do that. Not one way, not religious way, not godly way. Imagine somebody that believes in heaven saying that how they live on earth affects them. It may cause them going to heaven. Because it's an imaginary place. It does not exist. If your heaven is real, nothing in this world should bar you from getting there. Don't tell me your sin is greater than your God. Don't tell me your wrongdoing is greater than your God, that it can stop your God from accepting you back to his house. Tell me what you will do that will make your own father reject you coming back to the house that you know it's your own house where he born you. Tell me. But it's the evil system. And you see people making laws all over the land in that aspect also. When you talk, they say, what do you mean? There's something you do, your parents will do this. No, you are talking about religious parents. No natural parents will abuse you. No natural parents will burden you. No natural parents will enslave you or own you. Because they're supposed to know that we are in this, and that's why we were living together as a people. We were not scattered as white people made us. We were living, expanding naturally. What is expanding naturally? We were 5 living in one room. Now we are 6. We need to expand the room. So this house is now smaller. We have to build another one attached to it. Not all this one will scatter everywhere like Obaka. Your brother is living in the west, you are living in the north, this one living in the south, other one living in the east. That is not life, my people. But because we are in this bondage too long, we think it's a normal life, it's a normal way to live. It's not. So you don't need marriage to have sex. You don't need marriage to have children. Why will you accept bondage because you want to have sex? Why will you accept bondage because you want to have children? You see, you say, I don't like this woman. I don't like the way she's behaving. One day she said, I am pregnant. You must marry me. Why must you marry somebody because they are pregnant? And some men accept it because they say, maybe I don't know whether I'm impotent. What if I don't have another one? Let me accept it. If I don't accept it, maybe, God will not bless me with another child. God is not the one that made her pregnant. You can get another woman pregnant too. But why must you accept bondage because of sex and children? Anyone that said that I've been with a woman that got pregnant and she said she must marry her, I said, I'm not marrying. She said she was terminated. I said, I don't support you to terminate it, but if you want to do that, go do that. She went and terminated it. She's still alive. Both of us still in America here, no problem. But if you feel there's problem coming out, and so what? You must come to the level you will say, fuck it. What is the worst thing that will happen? The worst thing they think that will happen to you is that you died. They will also die. Death is not what you're supposed to see as a cause, as something that makes you maybe, oh, this person kill you. It shows that that person is greater than you know. Why, that's the same mentality why people have, because they came and they kill us and they possess our land. They think they're smarter than us or they're greater than us. No. The only thing is that they were more evil than us and they have more weapons than us. That's the thing. So, and we must learn how to be evil like them, to beat them with also weapons and add it to our own power, natural powers that we have. And we taught them. So another outcome or benefit why you see them accepting necessary evil is being single is worse. It's better to stay married when you are single. It's not. Most people that are married, no, all the people that are married, they're not having sex more than you that is not married. If you want to be having sex every day, it will be better even when you are not married, because if you see another woman, you will have an erection, or you see another man, you have that feeling you want to fuck. But if you are with one person living, it's not it's like eating one food every day. But why is it you apply that eating different food to only men, not to women? Why should a man marry multiple women or have multiple wives, but a woman cannot have multiple men or multiple husbands? Why? Because it's an evil system, and many of you support it because you think it's benefiting you. Actually, it's not benefiting you. Because you yourself that married that woman, keep her in bondage. When you hold somebody on the ground, you are on that ground with the person. If you get up, the person will get up. So set yourself free, so that also others will be free. Men, let us set women free. And women, set yourself free. Men also, set yourself free. Let us free ourselves from all these evil systems they establish to control us. You say, no, why should you drink that? Why should you be addicted to weed? It's not. Is that your business? But you are addicted to imaginary being. It's better to be addicted to marijuana, drugs, than to be addicted to imaginary being. Even saying that religious is the opium of the masses is even wrong statement. Opium is better than religion. Opium is better than spirituality, because they use this opium to do drugs and medicine and other things we use. It's not wrong. Somebody decided to take it and they mess them up, and so what? It's not your life. Why are you worried about them? It's just like you worried about somebody not accepting your God when you claim your God is almighty, got all the power. Why is it bothering you that somebody is mocking your God? Your God supposed to do that itself. But think, my people, and wake up. Another reason why they think that the alternative causes of action or inaction are expected to be worse is that, oh, sex without marriage is worse or it's a sin. No, it's not. Sex without marriage, all you need to have sex is your organ, your sexual organ. If you are a man, you need penis to have sex. If you are a woman, you need vagina to have sex. So what else are you talking about marriage? You don't need marriage to have sex. Stop deceiving yourself that, oh no, sex without marriage is sin. It's not any sin. Premarital sex, that's religious slogan. There is no such thing as premarital sex in nature. It's spiritual people and religious people that made up that nonsense to control themselves. You don't need to control yourself. You don't need to discipline yourself. All you need to do is to be yourself. They want you to humble yourself. They want you to control yourself. They want you to discipline yourself because they want you to enslave yourself. You don't need to enslave yourself. You don't need to discipline yourself. You don't need to punish yourself. You don't need to humble yourself, especially that one humble. And majority of us Africans, we think is the right thing. No. Humility is for slaves. Humanity is for free people, free men. We are free. We're supposed to live humanly, not as slaves. Another outcome that made them accept this necessary evil called marriage is, dying living and dying childless is worse, etc., etc. It's a lie. It's better to be childless than to have children in poverty, where government is not working, like in Nigeria. Many people you see complaining about the harsh condition in Nigeria. You know how many children they are giving to birth in a year? You know how many children they produce every day? As we're talking now, millions of people who believe life is hard is giving birth to children in that hardship. That's why when you see little children, you see tears drop down my cheek. But when you see little children suffering, you see how you feel. You feel bad about that. You don't want to see that happen. And you claim to care about life. Then why are you having children in poverty? Why are you having children in hardship? Stop doing evil directly or indirectly. It's a systematic or scriptural subjugation of women. It is a slavery system. Talking about marriage, talking about religion, talking about spirituality. Those things are slavery systems. That's why in religion, they tell you about God without a goddess, God without a wife, God without a mother, God without a sister, God without without any female. That's male without female. But they told you also that God created man in his own image, male and female created he them. Can't you think? Even in their book, in their very beginning, Genesis chapter 1 and Genesis chapter 2 gave you two different accounts of creation, showing you that there's nothing like God created anything. Creationism is just a mere doctrine that people made up to control others. God created you and God wants you to have one woman. God wants you to have this only four. Oh no, God wants you to have multiple. God don't want you to do God. There's no God in nature anywhere, in any form. It is people making up all these things. A God without daughter. Just think about it. And you are a woman listening to what I'm saying. You are offended at that because you have been subjugated so long. You think is the normal way to go. You see, when you put let's say you fill this bottle right to the brim, but not to the most top, right? So maybe you put an ant inside it. The ant will be floating there, right? Because the lid is over it. Anytime the head touch the lid, the ant stay there. If the ant stay in this bottle for a long time enough, when you remove the lid, when it get to that point again, it will go down. You don't need to put the lid anymore. The ant will live all its life there forever. That's what subjugation has done to women, especially women. It made women to accept their bondage as enjoyment. Slaves that love their chain. So yeah, my chain, I polish this. You see how my chain glitters? Oh, yeah, it's made of gold. My chain, oh, it's gold. Yeah, it's diamond. This my gold. Put the ring there. I'm happy to be a slave. I'm a happy slave. You're providing for me, right? I'm providing. Even a man that is not providing for them, they claim the man is providing just to pray to, so others will not know that they are the one who are the breadwinner, and the man is not the one providing for any of them. They are the one providing even for the man. That is religion, slavery system. Then marriage also. Man buys a woman as a wife or slave. That's why they pay bride price. They don't pay groom price. Where is groom price? You that practice bride price. Where is groom price? Where it's supposed to be balanced. In African family structure is balanced. The two family share gifts or exchange gifts. And the woman is not called wife. It's called daughter, not wife. The one thing you're supposed to know about Africa, even those things they force on us, we try to bring balance to it, because what they force on us is imbalance. In other words, it's anti-nature. So we try, because we are nature, we try to bring that balance. No matter how they give it to us, we grew up forgetting that this is how we get this. And that's why you see majority of Africans arguing today that, no, the history they taught us is true. Oh, no, we were bad. We were into slavery before white people came. We make rules against us. How can you make rules that is working against you? Do you know what it means to invent what you are using? Your ancestors invented that food you are eating. You think they invented that food to be killing them? Is that what you are saying? When you say that black people makes rules, that no, the rules that black people make that is not working for them are all strange. They're all from foreigners. It's not African rules. It's like telling me African leaders, we don't have any African leader anywhere. What we have is foreign leaders, our brothers representing them. The system they are in, foreign system. What they are doing, the policies, everything is foreign. It's not African. So when they tell you Africans cannot govern themselves, of course, slaves cannot govern themselves, because the slave master is watching. If anytime the slaves want to do something to govern themselves, they strike it down, because they got the power. Don't they have international court now? Why? Because they're the one that corrupted the whole world, corrupt the whole information, corrupt the whole history, everything. And they force you to accept what they taught you in school. You can never have any wise, educated African. You cannot. Wise, educated African? No. Once you're educated, you have been miseducated. That's what it means. You are living by their nonsense. Oh, I'm educated. That's why, what do you get educated for? To intimidate your brothers? Because you cannot go to white men and say you're educated. They put you where you belong. Okay, see, that Igbo man that have that $200 billion hospital in China. He's a slave in China. They control him. If he didn't submit himself to Chinese government, he will even sell it overnight. And it's their hospital. It's not African hospital. You cannot have African hospital in China. It's impossible. Chinese are not stupid. They don't even allow you to practice your religion as you do outside China. No. That's how smart people do. Oh, you have religion freedom, but this is the limit. You cannot pass this limit. You cannot. And yet you claim it is your freedom. Women's subjugation. How about work without equal pay? It was also too much in America that they made that law in 1963 in America. Equal Pay Act. But think about it. Because all those things you think, oh, undeveloped world are doing, oh, blah, blah, blah. If it's not done in a developed world, you don't know. I used to believe that nonsense. There was time I say, oh, it's only Africa that will kill somebody because he stole maybe a peanut. No, Until somebody challenged me, say no, even in America they kill somebody for speeding. They kill. There are many laws they used to kill people. You know, when they were killing black people according to the law, because they eat in the same restaurant they eat, or they talk to their women. They made law to do all that because people made those laws to benefit them. But black people think that the laws foreigners made is to benefit them. Yeah, China will come to do business for you to benefit you. You are stupid. American, Europe, they come and they be doing business with you to benefit you. No, they come to steal, kill, and destroy. That's what they comes to do. You are the only one that stand up and say, no, enough is enough. And it stands. Invention and hard working for men only until recent years. Was it last year or this year? Somebody was even arguing with me, telling me, how many women invented anything? It is men that invented because you subjugated them. You stopped them from inventing anything. The reason why your sister is not as bold as you are in your father's house is because she knows she'll be married out. And everybody throw that at, to her face. Go marry. What are you doing here? Why are you still doing your father's house? You're supposed to be in your husband's house. No, no woman supposed to be in her husband's house. Every woman supposed to be in their father's house just as their male counterpart does. Why should you be in your father's house as a man and your sister cannot be in her own father's house as a woman? Why not? You stay in your father's house having children. Why can't your sister also stay in her father's house having children? Think, especially women, we men, and calling us. Let us stop. That's why I say I will never give my daughter's hand in marriage. I tell her she's free to fuck anyhow she wants, but marriage, no. If she says she want to marry, okay, but all this one, come to meet your dad for anything, I will tell them, get away from here. Don't support that nonsense. You guys are happy, right? That's what. Any day you are not happy, you are free to go away. You are separate ways. Why accepting bondage? Because you have fear of the unknown. I don't know if that one will be worse. When I divorce, my auntie here said, okay, the one you want to marry now, that time I haven't like married, I mean, I haven't seen any woman to be with, after I was a Christian that time. But that's what they believe. Okay, you want to divorce this one, the one you will marry. Do you know whether you'll be worse? What type of nonsense is that? You marry that one, it's not divorce. Marriage, you cannot have marriage without divorce. Any marriage without divorce is more evil than even the marriage. The purpose of divorce is if it's not working out, you go your way. But even in divorce, the expect is the man that will decide that, not the woman. The woman don't have any grant to divorce any man in marriage because she didn't pay groom price. It's the man that paid bride price. If it were a place where they did like family union, not marriage, family union, yeah, you hardly hear about divorce because if two families don't just come together. They do proper investigation, do inquiries, and it's okay. We decided to go, and it's not the man going to marry the woman. No, that's marriage. It's two families exchanging gifts. And the woman now will leave her father's house to her father's in-laws house, where she is called the same thing, treated the same way she was treated in her father's house, as a daughter, not as a slave, not as a wife, as a daughter. And that's why if the husband dies, his brother-in-law will take over. That's how they were doing it. It's not marriage. A marriage is business also, slavery business. The man purchases you, you have no say. You are a furniture to that man. He decides what to do with you. That's how what marriage is. It doesn't matter how you try to change it. At least tell us the foundation of it before you tell us the structure, how you want to fix the structure now. But the foundation remains. The foundation is there. It is slavery. The only way you can do is to remove the foundation entirely and leave. You were living before they laid that foundation. You are superior to that foundation. Don't let any form of foundation hold you down. Live free. Anyone or anything that puts man over woman is inherently evil, anti-nature. It is evil. Man is not God, and the woman is not Satan. Man is above God. Woman is above God. Man is above Satan. Woman is above Satan. We are people. We are nature. We are not spiritual. We are not religious. We are not slaves. We are living beings, eternal, perfect living beings. So whenever you heard about submit yourself, the bait they used to catch women to submit themselves is provision. You have to submit to him because he's your husband. He will take care of you. He will do this. Oh, mom, I don't love him. Don't worry. With time, you will get to marry. When I marry your father, I didn't love. When I met your father, I didn't love him. But with time, you can see. No, you're not even telling her the truth. How you've been fighting with her father. You're lying, just to push her to get married. You see, some women, some mothers, even not happy because their daughters are not married. Oh, I have 3 or 4 daughters here. None of them married. All these enemies of progress. It is that your father's uncle. He's the one that vowed that none of you will get married. Anyone that vowed that you will not get married as a woman is doing you good favor. He said he don't want you to be enslaved. Then go and live a happy life. Make a happy life for yourself. Work and provide for yourself. You shouldn't depend on any man. You shouldn't wait on any man to take care of you, provide for you for any reason. Even some working class women today still have that slave mentality that they must be under a man and the man must be providing for them. A man must be their husband. Oh, your life is meaningless without a husband if you are a woman. No, it's a lie. Your life was meaningful before your parents corrupted you with marriage nonsense. You were born to live a meaningful life. If your life is meaningless, you can't breathe. You are breathing because your life is meaningful. You see things. The same thing that happens when your eyes wide open. It's something that happens when your eyes close in sleep. It's not any divine. It's not any spiritual anything. Oh, there's a spiritual energy in you. The force that created you. No force created you. You were born by a man and a woman naturally. The truth, the factual truth they refuse to tell you or they hide to tell you is that you are food. Food. That's it. You are living as food. That chicken I just ate a few minutes ago also lived as food. Breathing like me, moving like me, born like me. There's no heaven for you. There's no hell for you. It's earth. In their Bible, Old Testament, there is no afterlife there. Genesis 15:15, he says you are going to your ancestors. That's grave. Where will you spend in your eternity? Grave. If you are not born again, you remain there. You are not going anywhere. There's no spirit of you hanging anywhere or somewhere else. No. I said, what of people else? This person that died, come. I said, we kill that person again. Yes, you were born and you died. And now they say your ghost is appearing or haunting people. You're supposed to be killed again. But those things, it doesn't happen. Nobody can haunt you. No spirit or ghost. Oh, I see the spirit of my mother. Before she died. I saw. That's your thought. Knowingly or unknowingly. And because you are connected with that person, you can have that. It's not any spiritual anything. It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing. Another word, some people call it hallucination. You can have it. It's not anything divine. All these people telling you they have spiritual gift, they can see this, they can do that. It's all hallucination or schizophrenia. That's what they have. Seeing things that are not real as though they are real. Yeah, they said this person died. I went there to do business. I saw somebody that looked like him. When I came, he disappeared. It's a story. And many of us believe it. They say that it happened. You saw somebody and saw that picture. You never see somebody saw you from distance and they thought you are so person. Then when they get closer, oh, I thought you are somebody. Oh man, you look like that person, you walk like that person. Oh, but it's not that person. But because they specialize it and because you are confused about your dream, you accept their interpretation as true. No, you don't need anyone to interpret your dreams, your visions and revelations. They are the products of your brain. You can analyze them and choose the one that works. When you finish your vision, revelation, and dreams, reality face you. You have to go. If you haven't paid your rent, your vision, your dreams, your revelation can never bring it to pass, can never make the landlord or whoever that's supposed to collect the bills to forget it. No, they even hire lawyer to come to come after you to collect their money for them. They don't want to mess with you anymore. So my people, when you're talking about man and woman, we are equal. We are in this together. Let us stop separating ourselves. Let us stop hating ourselves. Let us stop killing ourselves. But if they comes to kill you also, why are you not killing them? You Africans that complain, oh, they want to eliminate or they want to do that. Why don't you want to eliminate them? Why don't you want to kill them? Oh, you taking vaccine. Remember what they did. They give us this, they give us. So why are you not developing your own vaccine? Even the one you will use as warfare also against them. Why are you not? Because you are still slaves and you are accepting slavery as your way of living. Running your mouth, expecting God will come and strike them. Thunder will strike them. Cause we do that. It's not happening to them. All those karma you're talking about is only happening to poor you. It's not happening to the rich. It's not happening to white people. All the atrocities white people have done all over the world, they are not suffering any consequences of it. It is you, even the enslaved, that is suffering the consequences. That's why they use you to build all those sporting and all that thing. And are you not the one that are paying? You are going there performing as their slaves. They use you to build all those things. They are using you today as their slaves, signing your checks, paying you, and you went and played. Hey, God has blessed me. Allah, Jesus, thank you, God. You see, God has made me. I'm blessed. Yeah, God is the. If there is God that is making people to play any game, there will be no reason for people like Ronaldo to retire from a playing game. Pele, Messi, all those players in every sport, especially those that believe in God, they're supposed not to say that they have injury that ruin their career or they cannot continue at certain age. No, Caleb in the Bible says he's 80. He's still as strong as he was when he was 40. Show me 80 years old man that is still playing soccer, professional football, professional hockey, or professional basketball. Show me 80 years old that believe in God and God give him strength. He's still the best striker, the best player in the world, active player. It's supposed to show you all that you pray, oh, you thank God, you score goal. It's nonsense. You are stupid. Just supporting your evil organization. Wake up and trash all that and enjoy your life because this life is great. And I am living it. I will live it forever without fear of any God, curse, or slavery. Everything that is evil, I am against it. God.